Alright guys, welcome to another video. It's Shiraz here. Before we dive into this guys, the usual drill, subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment below, all that stuff guys, helps me out a ton. Let's just dive right into this guys. 40s, 50s, 60s are your prime years guys. You've been told lies, alright, throughout your years about your age, and this is the video that is going to be very important for you guys. Why you should not fear age. Guys, throughout your life you've been told that your prime years are your 20s, your prime years are your 30s, but contrary to theory guys, this is what I used to think as well. When I was younger, these were the prime years, these were your best years, and you used to think that people in their 40s were done, people in their 50s were done. I mean, I certainly remember thinking that, oh, you're 40-year-old, you're 50-year-old, okay? So, and now obviously down the line, you know, I can remember those days, all right? But now down the line, guys, this is the best shape I've been in my life. This is the best mindset I've been in my life. And this is the best moment of my life right now, what I'm doing, where I'm going, my path, everything, my peace, my mental level, okay? And that's what I never was like this in those in those years, not prime years guys, of 20, 30, because I'm going to explain to you why those prime years are lies. They're classed as prime years guys through social media programming, through what you've been told, through obviously marketing, obviously the internet, Instagram, all these kind of things, and obviously the Hollywood tool, okay? Because they want you to think, guys, that you are done, you're finished by 40, you're an old man, by 50, you're an old man, and they want to make you feel useless, guys, all right? They're already making even the younger generation feel they're useless, guys, all right, through what they're pulling, okay? So this is why you want to be aware of these magical ages. And the reason, guys, these are your most potent ages of 40, 50, and 60, guys, is because by these ages, guys, you become your absolute maturity, okay? And what happens is you start to control negative aspects of yourself, predominantly, guys, your sexual desires, okay? You start transmuting your sexual desires in a more positive way. You have tons of more control over it than you did in your 20s and 30s. Guys, face it, in your 20s and 30s, you're just a horny beast, okay? You just want to jump on every single piece of tail that you see, guys. Yeah, we've all been at that age, okay? And even to you young guys out there, or some of you guys, your 20s and 30s, this video is going to be very crucial to you guys. You should heed warning this video, right? I've been there, guys. 20s, 30s, you're just jumping tail. And the sad thing is, guys, some men never learn, okay? Or never learn to mature in this, okay? But a lot of men, and most men, should learn to mature at this time. It doesn't become that priority. You start to channel everything into other things. It doesn't become the priority of just nailing females and getting females, okay? That is very destructive, and I talked about that in my semen retention video, guys, okay? So the transmutation of sex energy is very powerful, guys, all right? And this is the prime age you start transmuting that. A very famous self-help book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'm going to quote one of the pages in this book, guys. It's very important that you listen to this, guys. Watch this video through to the end. It's very important. You'll miss these, okay? So, seldom does an individual enter upon highly creative effort in any field of endeavour before the age of 40. The average man reaches the period of his greatest capacity to create between 40 and 60, guys. Between 40 and 60. Tom Cruise, should I say enough, guys? All right, guys, still nailing it at the box office. George Clooney, I can go on. These statements are based upon analysis, Shiraz, of thousands of men and women who have been carefully observed, okay? Napoleon Hill, guys, went for 20 years observing and investigating the most successful people in the world, billionaires, millionaires. Okay, it was mentored by Andrew Carnegie, who was the Scottish billionaire. Okay, so this, if you want to know a wee bit about the background of the writer of the book. Okay, they should be encouraging they. Sorry, where was it? These statements are based upon an analysis of thousands of men and women who have been carefully observed. They should be encouraging to those who fail to arrive before the age of 40. So, guys, even if you've not made anything of your life by 40, even if you're not financially where you want to be, that's not to say you won't be there. That is nothing to be doomed about. That's nothing to be in fear about, guys. There's always time, and this book says it all. By the age of 14, to those who become frightened at the approach of old age around the 40-year mark, the years between 40 and 50 are, as a rule, the most fruitful. Okay, as a rule, right, as a more fruitful. So 14, 50. Man should approach this age not with fear and trembling, but with hope and eager anticipation. If you want evidence that most men do not begin to do their best work before the age of 40, study the records of most successful men known to the American people and you will find it. Henry Ford had not hit the pace, okay, of achievement until he had passed the age of 40. Andrew Carnegie was well past 40. Okay, so Andrew Carnegie was a billionaire. I mentioned the Scottish billionaire steel tycoon. Okay, that made his billions travel to America, grew up there, and that's a story for another time, guys. So Andrew Carnegie was well past 40 before he began to reap the rewards of his efforts. James J. Hill was still running a telegraph key at the age of 40. Okay, so he was just running a small telegraph job, right? At the age of 40, right? And then he exploded. Biographies of American industrialists and financiers are filled with the evidence that the period from 40 to 60, guys, is the most productive age of man. This is incredible. Incredible. Between the ages of 30 and 40, man begins to learn, if he ever learns. And that is true, guys, because I know a lot of people that don't ever learn, even in the ages of 50, 60, right? The art of sex transmutation, they're still trying to hump everything on the planet, guys, even at 40, 50, 60. Spending all their money, getting involved with toxic women, all right? You know who you are, guys, that watch this channel, all right? So where was I? Yeah, sex transmutation. This discovery is generally accidental, and more often than otherwise, the man who makes it is totally unconscious of his discovery. He may observe that his powers of achievement have increased around the age of 35 to 40. But in most cases, he is not familiar with the cause of this change. Okay, so he doesn't realize that this is due to sex transmutation of control of his sexual desires. That nature begins to harmonize the emotions of love and sex in the individual between the ages of 30 and 40. Okay, so this is where he begins to discover it. And Hill goes on to say, guys, he may draw upon these great forces and apply them jointly as stimuli to action, so to move to action, right? Because you think it, guys, when you're involved in, like, or let's be straight away, you're horny, guys, and you need to get your end off, okay, right? You're gonna go to the end of the earth to do that, all right? Like, you're on a night out, guys, and that's all you're thinking about. I've had friends like this, guys, all they're thinking about is getting laid, and they're out in town, they're spending 200-300 quid, they're doing everything they can to pick up the last girl at the bar, guys. You know what I'm talking about, okay? So this is what he means by this. Sex alone is a mighty urge to action, guys, but its forces are like a cyclone. They are often uncomfortable. When the emotion of love begins to mix itself with the emotion of sex, the result is calmness of purpose, poise, accuracy of judgment, and balance. What person who has attained to the age of 40 is so unfortunate as to be unable to analyze these statements and to corroborate them by his own experience? Okay, so Hal tells you there, guys, okay, that these years are the most successful years if you come and dawn on the realization of sex transmutation, and if you come and dawn on realization, you get your head about you at that age, mature up on not trying to get your end off, right? starting to not disregard it, but have more control over your sexual desires, guys, and see that there's more to that in life, rather than seeking sexual pleasures and instant gratification. Start to channel that, and most what he's saying here is most men do organically start to discover that in those ages, and they go on forward to achieve massive things beyond the age of 40, because this is the age they start to be able to control this. These desires no longer take top priority in their life, and that's when they see their best results. So the 40s, 50s and 60s, guys, and you have to look at what some of the most successful people out there didn't discover their calling, didn't become successful in their businesses. They created global businesses, companies, did massive things in their latter years. Okay, so JFK, guys, Kentucky Fried Chicken, as I was trying to say, KFC guy, Colonel Sanders, 75, all right, guys, all right. Donald Trump became president at 74, okay. Edison didn't get success past his 40s, okay. Andrew Carnegie, late on again into his years. I can go on and on and on. If you look at actors, guys, some of these actors, Ian McKellen didn't come into his own until he was 50, 60, discovered Gandalf, guys, all right. All these kind of people that built businesses, guys, into their latter years, right? Henry Ford is another one. He didn't come into his calling to past his age of 40. So you're never finished, guys, when you reach these 40s, your 40s and your 50s and your 60s. These are your predominant years, guys. These are the years you can make it big. These are the years you have the maturity of life. You've seen things in life, and you can capitalize on that, guys, and move forward and make a success of yourself. You are not finished in these years, guys. These are fruitful years. These are years to look forward to. These are years that you should be driven to accomplish things, guys, even if you've not reached there yet, because we all make mistakes, guys. We may have made loads of mistakes throughout our early years where we've not matured up, where we've not got our sense about us. But as long as we get our sense about us, you know, you can go on to achieve great things. Some men, guys, unfortunately don't even mature in these ages. In their 50s, they're still acting like children, behaving like children at 55, 60, chasing tail, guys. I know guys that are out doing that. I know guys that are just sitting on dating apps, guys, and past their 40s, on the Facebook apps.
And don't
guys,
forget, guys, the most important one,
with women,
making sure that you exercise daily
with themselves. It's a sad state of affairs.
So my suggestion is get in the gym.
These are the years. So these are your actual prime years, guys. Right? Where you're
fit, guys, weights, whatever you want to do,
get success, you're destined to hit your most successful
any
years.
sort of exercise.
So never be
never
be discouraged. Never think that you failed because you've hit these years and you've not been as fruitful as maybe people younger than you, or you're not in the financial position you've been in, guys, because these are some of the most important years, guys. I can certainly tell you from my experience, okay, I'm in the best physical shape I've ever been in. I'm lifting the best weights I've ever lifted in my years just now, and it's incredible because I'm out training younger people. Okay, I'm out training younger people. I have more enthusiasm than younger people. I'm more driven than younger people. I have more energy than younger people. So it just proves it. So these are these are such fruitful years for you. You just got to keep driven, guys. Practice art of sex transmutation, guys. You don't need to become a monk, guys. You don't need to be celibate. Use it to your advantage. Practice it to focus. Practice it to focus to make money for a few years, to iron out aspects of your life that you want to iron out, such as if your finances are okay, you want to iron out your mental level, work on that, work on your meditations, work on your mindfulness. If you want to iron out your physical attributes, all right, you want to get into a healthier state, you want to get a more fitter body, guys, work on that, start transmuting your sex energy into that. And certainly you guys in your 40s, 50s and 60s, guys, just these are your prime years, as Napoleon Hill said. And this guy spent 20 years, guys, studying, right, the most successful people, right, in history, millionaires, okay. I think he interviewed over 200, 300 millionaires over 20 years, and this is why he developed this book, Think and Grow Rich. Guys, get this book if you want to. It's one of the greatest self-development books ever, okay, ever written. And will really help you. So guys, with saying that, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you watched it to the end, I do thank you for that, guys. Support the channel, like, share, subscribe. Till the next one, guys. We'll see you soon. Shiraz out. Take care. Have a good evening.